This is the Empty Stands Podcast.
On the Empty Stands Podcast, it's the squad again. I'm Ibuka. With me on this one is Albert. Albert, how you doing?
I'm excited to be here, brother. So good to be back, man.
Yeah. It's been a week. Yeah, it's just about a week. So at least as we record this every Monday, so this is our Monday night special. Hopefully we have a very good one. Let's start with the FA Cup because a lot happened over the weekend. We had the FA Cup, we had the Premier League, but let's start with the FA Cup because I'm a Chelsea fan. My team played and lost. Albert is a Manchester United fan. His team played and managed to win.
We scaled through. We just scaled through.
Very lucky, but we'll get into Manchester United. Let's start with Chelsea City, right? It ended up being a 1-0 defeat for Chelsea, and there was, the whole controversy around whether Chelsea should have had a penalty. Abi, what are your thoughts on that? You saw the Kopama free kick, and it clearly hit the hand of Jack Grealish, but the referee and VAR thought, no further action. What are your thoughts on that?
Before getting into the penalty, now let's take a step back to the entire game itself. So I felt it was evenly matched, and the players were trying their best. I think the only difference that you could see is that Chelsea didn't have the quality that City had. Now, if Jackson's early chances went in, then I would have known that definitely the game would have changed the way that it was meant to be. Would have definitely changed because Jackson had so many chances. So now coming back to that penalty, the penalty scare, basically, I believe it's a penalty, and even Grealish knows that it's a penalty. But the referee got that wrong. The referee got that wrong, definitely. Chelsea, they were so unlucky in this game. Honestly, they're really unlucky in this game. They just needed something to change the game, and I think that was just the quality of the striker. Because if you notice, when Jackson was up front, he was always getting bullied by the City defenders, and it was just one of those things where, and if you see when on the normal when the real Man City team plays, like the full squad, like when Haaland is playing, he's able to bully the defenders like once he's with that ball, but Jackson doesn't have the physical presence to actually bully those defenders, which makes it one of the ideal striker that Chelsea needs, which is if you're hoping to have like a Didier Drogba-esque kind of striker, they just don't have that, or a Diego Costa kind of striker that has the presence to bully the defenders. So I think that was one thing that would have been a game changer. And
True.
also, that penalty was definitely one that was missed. Honestly, I felt really sad for Chelsea because I just hope that they could have done it way better, definitely.
Yeah, and the penalty would have changed the game because we were not looking like we were going to score from open play. Nicholas Jackson, as you said, was missing chances, and the penalty would have given Chelsea that edge because we can trust Kopama to put it in. But speaking about Jackson, Albert, yes, he has good movements, but as you said, he's not enough of that physical presence to really disturb defenders. But he makes up for it by his pace and his dribbling ability, his ability to carry the ball. But then, do you think it makes sense for Chelsea to look at other striking options in the summer? Because yes, 10 league goals. I think about 13 or so in all competitions, or 14, something around that number. But do you think it makes sense for Chelsea to spend money on a striker that would be reliable for them?
And every position in the team deserves good competition and good quality. And also depending on how well off the team is to get that quality. Because we know quality is expensive. Even growing talent is also very expensive. So yeah, I believe for the club that Chelsea is, one of the top clubs in the world and one of the best in England as it is, they definitely need the same kind. They need the same kind of quality that to compete in the game. Like once Haaland is on the bench, the the likelihood of Alvarez to step up for Man City and produce goals is one that everyone believes would happen, right? But Chelsea doesn't have that quality on the bench, so the it's very necessary to have the right players and also have players to compete for every position. So yeah, getting a striker to support Jackson in his growth definitely is one that Chelsea should actually very likely lean on. Like I don't think he's not the kind of player to carry the entire team on his back.
That's the same
Definitely,
feeling I have.
yeah.
I feel like Jackson would have been better as like a second choice striker,
Mm,
coming off the bench, starting the odd game in cup competitions. Then there's somebody else that takes on that pressure because Jackson is not clinical. I don't know if we can coach that clinical ability, but he's just not clinical at this moment. We'll see
things
how it develops in the future, man.
like one thing I noticed about his game, or also in that game was like his finishing. He lacks some form of finesse and finishing, and that also that instinctive finish, right? Like he was one on one with
Yeah,
Ortega, and all I needed him to do was to, like we say, we chip the ball, right? Just
exactly.
exactly, just like because Ortega was like approaching him.
Yeah.
Don't like those. If you wanted to like dribble, you could have done that fast. Like take it to the side. Like you don't need to
Hmm.
do anything amazing, right? Just take it to the side. Let him come with you. Then hit the ball in on the. I'm saying it like I'm some amazing striker.
Ladies and
But
gentlemen, that's Albert. I don't know what uni did you go to again? Is it Covenant University? Covenant University's top striker.
no, it's Babcock, by the way. But
Oh,
anyway,
Babcock, eh?
but anyway, like yeah, he just needed to chip the ball, right? And he had those
Yeah.
chances, right? The first one when he had to chip the ball, and the second when he was one on one, and also just needed. Guy, you know now,
I know, I know.
just bend it.
That's my problem with this
just,
kid, man. That's my problem with this guy. And
it's more like
the funny thing is, I just remember Tammy Abraham. We did not give Tammy Abraham enough like respect or enough chances because that boy was not the best, but he was doing well. And then with Jackson, everybody's trying to be more understanding, but I'm like, where is this understanding when Tammy Abraham was, being insulted and dragged for not taking his chances?
yeah. And honestly, I know like it's okay to reminisce about the past, but I believe right now we just need to be in the present, right? And analyze what we have, see how we can improve on that. Honestly, we just need to
Yeah,
see how we can improve
it
on it.
it just pains me sometimes. But let's leave Chelsea for a bit and just go to the real game of the weekend. Manchester United versus Coventry. Like I did not expect it to be as epic as it was. Albert, I'm sure when you were 3-0 up, you were thinking, okay, it's done, it's over. But then, football is football. Coventry came back 3-3, and they should have won it because there's a lot of debate around the goal that was ruled off for offside. Now, what are your thoughts on that game generally? And is this the kind of performance that Coventry put up? Is something that can inspire other teams to let them know that you can get as far as the semi-final in the FA Cup. You can almost Manchester United. And let's see if maybe next season we have another fairy tale.
Okay, now this is the joy of the FA Cup, right? The joy of the FA Cup, like, and this is why the FA Cup is very competitive. Like we see so much happen within the FA Cup, and these are the kind of games that we look forward to. Like
Yeah.
I was really disappointed about the performance of the United team, and in the sense that they had control of the game in the first half, then totally in the second half they took their feet off the paddle and they just let Coventry just roll with it. And that's what happened. So Coventry just ran with it. The Coventry had their supporters behind them. So that was actually one of those things that, yeah, once you have your supporters behind you, you have the momentum to keep going for the goals. And it was quite disappointing. And I'm a United fan. I can bash the team. I can bash the team however I want to. But I'm just holding up to that positive that it would have been worse if we lost the game. Like it would have been very like
And you were supposed to lose
I
that
believe
game. You're supposed to lose
I
that
believe if we lost the game, there's no there's no way that Ten Hag isn't getting sacked. There's no way. So right now, like the chances of Ten Hag getting sacked is still at a high percentile, right? Like
game. Yeah.
the team is it's not a high percentile. But if they lost the game yesterday, it would have been okay. This is the this is it. Like we're done,
Yeah.
right? We're done. Like you don't lose a 3-goal lead to a championship team. It's
Mm-hmm.
ways it makes no sense. But yeah, but looking at it, like I think like the offside from the offside the offside at the at the second half of extra time, right?
Yeah.
It saved us literally. It saved us because
I
like
swear.
how do you even get to the offside like if you're not defending properly? Like if you're not covering your man properly, like I
Mm.
think we were really lucky in that game. We were really lucky in that game. We we actually even went through the game just okay, like definitely we're a better side in penalty taking, right?
Yeah.
And we know that. So it was more like we just we just pushed through basically. We just
Mm.
pushed through and it was sad. We didn't show enough character in the game. We didn't show enough. It was one of those games where I was like, okay, yeah, we'll get through.
Yeah.
Let's just
It's
move,
supposed to be a
right?
straightforward victory. Very
Like
straightforward.
literally. Like it's one that like Coventry, they're just meant to be happy that
Exactly.
we're
We're
here,
here. Yeah.
you know.
Let's have a good time. You know.
Let's have a good time, you get. But then they were like, okay, they felt like they felt like the better team. I'm like,
It was just crazy. But I need to ask you about that offside goal, right? The fourth goal that they scored that was ruled out. Do you think that was offside? Let's be honest.
yeah.
You think it was offside?
Oh yeah, okay. Honestly, yeah. Okay, one, it was offside. Why? Because hold on.
Okay,
It was
okay.
offside because Haji Wright was already offside. So it was Haji Wright that was offside.
Yeah.
Before that was the offside call before he transitioned the ball to um
Was it top or something?
Victor Top. Yeah,
Yeah.
Victor Top to score. Yeah, but yeah, Haji was, but he was slightly offside. That's just the problem. So it just trust me. If I was on the receiving end, like if I was on the receiving end, right? Like
Yeah.
if I was, I would have been like, why? Again? But like as much as right now in this technological age that we are, like
Mm,
the VAR is calling the shots, but
yeah.
he was like it was like his left toe or
I
something that was just
swear. So
that
you
was
see, the thing is, I saw a tweet where someone said if the referee wanted him to be onside, he would have, or if that is the VAR wanted him to be onside, he would have drawn the line in such a way that the guy would be onside. Like that kind of offside is offside that it just depends on how you are drawing the line. You can draw it very well so that the guy will be onside, but it just
and
didn't
yeah,
happen.
my other my if we talk about how referees or the calls this season
Yeah,
have broken hearts and
nah,
have
it's
made
it's
teams
it's
lose
terrible.
points. Like
It's
we
terrible.
can run this podcast for hours and hours
We
just
will
dissecting
touch on
season.
it when we go to the PL. We will touch on that as well. But
Yeah.
still on United, I want to ask, as a United fan, do you think Ten Hag should be worried about the way your team is conceding goals?
Oh, yeah. If you want to talk about an overhaul, man, like I'm with it. I'm for it. Okay, so we're missing key players, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
key players. And if you run through our injury list, we can list a lot of players that are injured at the moment. And but yeah, in the defense, right? Like we had Casemiro in defense, and honestly, Casemiro wasn't even in that game. First of all, losing that penalty, like I didn't
You,
expect him to
you
lose.
people should let the guy retire. He's old. He can't take it
Yeah, I
anymore.
didn't. But I don't think United is the retirement ground, right? Like you don't. It should, like this is not Saudi Arabia, and no offense to
Oh,
Saudi Arabia,
okay.
like like this is not Saudi Arabia, right? Like no offense to them, though, but still, this is a more competitive competition, right? Like or a more competitive league, so you expect players to be more active in it. You get, but yeah, it was. Yeah, definitely. A standard overhaul is needed. Like Wan-Bissaka playing left wing, sorry, left back.
Left back, yeah.
Yeah, when we actually need like a proper left back. Right now, we are missing the likes of Luke Shaw, and it's sad that he's also injured. Tyra Malasia also is has been injured
Yeah,
like all through
yeah.
the season. Like he has been injured. I actually forgot that he plays for us at some point.
I swear. I swear.
like
It's
uh
actually crazy. Yeah, that's true. Lisandro
yeah,
Martinez as well, as you mentioned on the last
yeah,
episode.
Martinez. Yeah, you always give me a stick for Martinez, but
I
yeah,
don't know why you want to.
Martinez. Uh, yeah, he's injury prone, so definitely. Casemiro definitely is not. He's not a center back, but
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
he
I
he
agree.
he 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 held it, but yeah, we lost certain things in that game. But
Now,
yeah, I think one
what
of
about
the
the attack as well?
despite that, that's okay. Yeah, now despite the overhaul from behind, right
Yeah, let's move
now
forward.
in front, okay, one we need a striker to support Hoyland. One striker
Support
to
or bench? That was to be clear. Support or bench him? Which one?
so now, like I said earlier on about being positions being you, you need competitive players. Like everyone needs to
Harvest,
compete
you go
for the
explain
position.
tire. On top of this Hoyland battle, you go explain tire.
No, see, the kid has potential. Let's just leave it out. He has potential, right? This is first
Okay.
season, so yeah, so he has potential, and but yeah, we need a an experienced striker to actually help balance that top nine position. Also, um, I don't know if we're getting Sancho back. I don't know if we're getting Sancho back, but yeah, I
You will take
believe
him back at United?
he's 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 a proven talent. He
Okay,
just had
interesting.
like Sancho is a proven talent. He just had issues with the manager.
Fair.
Like it's more from a moral point,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, on it is more from a moral point and a discipline point. So, like once you're able to address the key factors of why a player isn't performing, you can change it. Like we've seen players not do well and do well at some point, right? So, like yeah, if we need more time to like reframe reframe his mindset on how to be a better player, on how to play the United way, I believe is a good approach to bring him back. Because right now he's still on loan, right? Um, but yeah, like other players like Anthony, I believe we should sell Anthony. I don't think he's United material. I don't think he's United material, and he has shown it in so many ways that he's not United. And it it it's not just about the way you play; it's also about um culture, the mindset, how you carry yourself, like so many things like makes you like United quality. And I don't think Anthony is that player for us.
Yeah, fair enough.
Garnacho has stepped up. He came from our academy, so he has
No,
stepped up,
I
and
actually appreciate that boy, man. That boy is good. I appreciate him.
he has done so much. Honestly, Garnacho has done so much, but he still gets a stick from Ten Hag.
Yeah,
But
I don't agree with that anyway.
I don't know if that's from a disciplinary point of view.
Mm.
Just trying to like toughen him up. Yeah, I think if like I don't think you should take it like I don't think you should take it too hard. I think you should take it as one of means to develop himself. Um, but yeah, we need an extra winger on the left for Rashford. Someone that could swap when he's not Rashford. I'm trying to use nice words here
Yeah, I
because
get you.
yeah, I think everyone has discussed about how Rashford doesn't like track back
Mm.
and how he doesn't put in that defensive work, and even we saw it in the game with Chelsea, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like Palmer was beside him, was with the ball, and Rashford was just walking. And trust me, I know football is very hectic, but
Mm-hmm.
it's the game, right? It's the game. It's very hectic. Running sprints from end to end of that pitch
True.
for 90 minutes is not easy. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but it's the game that they signed up for, and expectations are high because of the kind of club that United actually is. So yeah, I think we need more players. I think we need more players in every position, right? Um, Sell Casemiro, get a good central midfielder to partner Kobe Mano, so you don't overwork him and he burns out. Like because
True.
he's young, you don't want him to burn out.
True.
Yeah, honestly, I'm still on the keep McTominay
Of
um
course,
boat.
I like that guy as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, because he contributes both in the midfield
Mm-hmm.
and up front. He
Yeah.
produces goals, and you need goal scoring midfielders because
True.
sometimes the strikers are just lackluster.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's no way we're selling Bruno Fernandes. He's
Yeah,
our
of
star
course.
man.
Of
Yeah,
course.
definitely. I see Bruno's passion even when we're losing. Like I know it hurts him badly. Like it hurts him a lot that when we're losing. Like I see it. And you need that kind of leader. But I think or some other pundits don't believe that he's United captain material.
Yeah, I
But who
think
will
he
you give it
is.
to?
I think he
Yeah, well,
is.
yeah. I think he's great. He's growing into that position,
Mm.
and he earned it the moment he moved to the club. Because the moment he moved to the club, he moved after the January transfer, and he started producing goals. And it was one of those things that just gave everyone the confidence that he's the kind of player that we need. Then
Yeah.
I know we can't sell Onana right now,
No, no,
but
no.
but
Albert,
well,
Albert, Albert.
hold on. I'm giving him the benefit of a first season because
Hey.
because because the hair had that issue also. The
Mm-hmm.
hair
Mm-hmm.
wasn't the best in the first season, right?
Yeah.
So I'm giving him the benefit of the first season. Maybe I'll start complaining if he carries on. I can still give him second season, like just
You just
hold the ground,
allow the
hold the ground.
defense to be settled, and then you can judge him.
Yeah,
Right now, your defense is
yeah,
too open.
okay. Yeah, okay, true, true. Good, okay, good defense to help him out to
Mm-hmm.
get a right DM to cover that defense also. You understand? Yes. So let that back line be strong. Then we can think of okay, do we want to sell Onana or not? But yeah, like a proper overhaul will go into the entire we should go into the entire team, basically. Like
Yeah. Let's
looking
see
forward
what
to it, man.
Jim Ratcliffe is going to cook for us in the summer
Yeah.
as a Chelsea
And I
fan.
think
And yeah, go ahead.
yeah, and the thing about it that Ineos, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, is sitting at the helm of United, right? They are going to make so many tough decisions that honestly might even polarize the fans. Like, so everyone should just brace themselves for the summer transfers. So many things is going to shock the fans because, like, right now we have a new technical director. Like, they're changing everyone at the top right now. So I'm just looking forward to it. I'm going to brace myself for it, and hopefully, every decision that Ineos and Sir Jim Ratcliffe makes is going to be a positive for United as a club and for every fan worldwide for
Yeah,
Manchester United.
yeah,
Yeah.
Let's see how it goes. Exciting times ahead for United fans. Um, so we'll move away from the FA Cup and talk about the PL. And Albert, I wanted us to start with, the whole Nottingham Forest controversy, right? There are three very big penalty claims that they had in that crucial game against Everton. Those penalties were not given. Nottingham Forest put out a statement, which I want you to go through as well, just
Wow.
also to get your thoughts on the state of refereeing in the Premier League and Nottingham Forest's decision to come out boldly and say, "You people are mad."
Okay, so I have the tweet here. Is three extremely poor decisions, three penalties not given, which we simply cannot accept. We warned the PGM well that VAR is a Luton fan before the game, but they didn't change him. Our patience has been tested multiple times. And NFFC will now consider its options. Okay, one, bold statement. Two, I thought it was a parody account, honestly. I thought it was a parody account, honestly. I was shocked. Like, I was like, okay. Like, but yeah, from a professional point of view, right? It's, yeah, you shouldn't be saying that. I think whatever fights or whatever argument you have with the refereeing decision, right? At the club level, right, you can handle that from a managerial point of view and have your case and have reviews. Um, Even if you look at what happened in the El Clasico, like the backup president has requested for a replay of the El Clasico, right? So not from some guy that is Twitter Twitter happy and just triggering his anger
No, but
online, right?
Albert actually supports them. I won't lie to you. And let me explain why.
Okay.
Somebody needs to take a stand. Maybe the approach is not perfect, but somebody needs to take a stand to say, guys, you people have been consistently incompetent. We can't take this anymore. Let's not forget that earlier in the season, we had the whole Liverpool Tottenham drama, and we saw the same Sky pundits, for example, people like Jamie Carragher, coming out to say that the game should be replayed. But now he's busy saying another thing. Everybody keeps changing him out. Like, but the thing is, somebody needs to be bold enough to take a stand to say, guys, you people are being incompetent. We need to fix up. And this whole thing about a Luton fan being VAR, they should have flagged that and they should have made a change. Not because the guy is not good enough as as a referee, but because fan sentiments will come into play. Just imagine you, Albert, they make you the VAR of a Manchester United game, maybe it's a very maybe United needs to win the game to be Premier League champions. Your church mind will never allow it. Even if Harry Maguire should carry a gun and shoot a player in the box, you'll be like, nah, that's not a penalty, man. I didn't see anything.
Like I didn't see
I didn't see that. That's my feeling. I feel like somebody had to take a stand, and it's not Forest have done it. So
yeah, but it's not, it's definitely not professional. And
fine.
the fact that it's still on. Honestly, right now it has received 43 million views on Twitter. 43 million views on Twitter. So imagine the amount of impressions it has gotten, and just maybe we see this happen to other clubs while they get really Twitter happy and trigger happy with their keyboards and put
you know,
statements out like this.
the funny thing is, there's going to be a lot of pressure on referees now. We're recording this on a Monday. There are matches on Tuesday, Wednesday as well,
Yeah,
and it's going to put a lot of pressure on the referees because they're like, "Omo, if we make mistake now, another club to go and join and say, oh yeah, what's going on here?" Like the Arsenal Chelsea game, especially, there's some big controversial call. Everybody's going to complain. right? But the referee just need to do better. It's not like we want to attack them, but you guys need to be consistent. You need to do better. What's his handball is handball. What's a penalty is a penalty. You saw Jack Grealish use his hand to hit the ball. Referee said goal kick. What's going on here? Like, there needs to be that accountability.
Yeah. Grealish was really, he was quite cunning in that game, and
Yeah.
actually I played a bit dirty in that game also. I
These things should not stand, like, and it's good for someone to take a stand against it. Like, they've requested for the audio of the communications between the VAR and the referee for those
yeah.
incidents. Let's see if they get it. I would love to listen to it and also hear what they were thinking when they were making those decisions. But let's see what happens and how that develops. Let's talk about Arsenal.
Mm.
2-0 victory against Wolves. They are keeping up the pressure. And let's remember that Arsenal have found a way to keep their squad fit for most of the season. And Timber is recovering. He played the under 21 game today and he scored a fantastic goal. He's just getting back. And I don't know if we'll see him before the season ends, but that's just a player that they've missed out on. But they've already achieved so much this season. What do you think about Arsenal? Can they keep up that pressure? We're getting into that crunch time. There's no time to waste. But then Arsenal are picking up the points. What are you thinking about that?
Like Ibuka, I think I've said this before, and I'll say it again, and I'll stick to it. This Premier League is City's Premier League to lose. So it's either City loses it for Arsenal to win or Liverpool to win. But Arsenal can always keep up the pace. I trust they can. I believe they can press on because I saw there was the tenacity against Wolves. Even at second half, like it felt like Wolves were already depleted. So like it felt more like um the predator and the prey, just like just in that situation, right? Yeah. So yeah, it was one of the game that Arsenal had every chance to just take that 3 point, right? But they can also keep up that momentum, right? Also, I still feel it's City's league title to lose. And let's see what happens with the game against Brighton. We saw that Haaland was rested or is injured, one of the two, but he didn't play the FA Cup game. But yeah, let's see if Brighton will ruin. Like if Brighton ruins the party, right? Then then we can get scared. And I believe Brighton can ruin the party. Why? Because it's the Premier League. Anything can happen. We see, like we saw in the commentary with the Manchester United game. So anything can happen. But I still feel City at favourites to win it. Arsenal can keep up the pace, and like you said, this is not when you're winning the Premier League, right? You should have won the Premier League like the first half, the second half of the season, right? Those games at the second half of the season, so the early games at the second half of the season, like by then, if you can see the sights of, okay, yeah, this team is actually going to win it, and if you take a cue from when Leicester did it, like we already knew that Leicester was going to win it. We knew Leicester was going to win it. It was um the Tottenham Chelsea game, right? That
Yeah, yeah.
Hazard ruined that for Tottenham. So that was when we knew Leicester was going to win it. But yeah, still. Um, but yeah, I'm hoping for something at crunch time. Honestly, like let's ride it out, man. Let's ride it out. But like I said, it's still City's league to lose. City's league to lose. But I'm happy with the momentum that Arsenal is putting up.
Interesting stuff. Let's see how that develops. But finally, let's talk about Liverpool. They got the victory against Fulham. It wasn't easy, but they dug deep. We've seen their players return from injury. Do you think that gives Liverpool an edge in this title race?
It's always a positive when you get players coming back. Definitely, it's always a positive. And yes, Liverpool is still in it, and I believe that they can push for it. They can now. and it's more of building that momentum and putting pressure on the favorites to win it. Like the Premier League is still, like I said, it's still one that would shock everybody. Lots of surprises here and there. So yeah, looking forward to how it turns around in the next 4 games that we're looking to play. For next 4 game weeks, right? Um, but yeah, once you have players back, definitely Liverpool should be an exciting team to actually watch again. I'm happy with the win against Fulham. If they slipped up with that game, then we'll just be like, okay, you guys are done. Like you're out of it. This is not you're totally done. But now looking at how um, new players, the injured players are coming back. I'm so happy that like Jota got a goal. So yeah, if Nunes is not scoring, definitely I know that Jota will score. So yeah, I love the momentum that's happening, and I'm looking forward to crunch time for the entire title race.
All right, let's see how it all develops in the Premier League. Uh, we are the empty stands, and we've come to the end of this amazing episode. Thank you guys for sticking with us. You can follow us on Twitter at the empty stands and on Instagram at the empty stands podcasts. Do remember to like and subscribe on YouTube. We're trying to push YouTube as far as we can. So please encourage us by liking this video. Albert, was fantastic having you here talking about the weekend. And yeah, we'll do this again next week as usual.
As usual, man.
Yeah.
All right, take care, guys.
All right. Take care, guys. Have a fantastic week ahead.